Hello. If you're using the Twinkl Phonics program, you may be wondering how to match up the Rhino Readers books to help support your teaching. If so, this video is here to help. I'll be talking through how the Rhino Readers reading scheme can be used to help reinforce your phonics teaching and how you can select the right book for each learner. You probably already know that the Rhino Readers books are the decodable books matched to the Twinkl Phonics scheme, and that they help you ensure that you're not giving children anything to read containing letter sounds and tricky words you haven't yet taught. But just how is the scheme organised to help you do this? Well, the first thing to know is that the books are divided into sub-levels of A, B and C to ensure progression and cover different chunks of the phonics teaching within a level. Unlike some schemes, there isn't a Rhino Readers book that matches each week of teaching precisely. Once children have covered a specific chunk of grapheme-phoneme correspondences, or GPCs, and tricky words taught in the Twinkl Phonics scheme, they can read any of the books within a sub-level. You don't need to find a specific book for each week. What that means is that children will likely be reading a book that's just behind the stage they're at in Twinkl Phonics. A child beginning a new level won't be able to access that level of Rhino Readers books straight away. They'll need to cover the phonics that's used in that chunk of learning first. So how do you know when your children are ready to read a particular level of Rhino Reader book? Well, let's imagine you're starting level 2 with your class. For the first 3 weeks, they'll be learning the letter sounds S, A, T, P, I, N, D, G, O, and the 2 individual graphemes making the K sound. Once you've covered that with them, at the end of week 3, they're ready to read any of the books labelled Level 2A. They'll keep reading those Level 2A books while they work through weeks 4, 5 and 6 of Level 2, by which time they'll be introduced to the next set of GPCs and their first set of tricky words. It's at that point, at the end of week 6, when they're ready for the Level 2B books. And once they've finished week 7 of Level 2, which is a consolidation week, they'll be ready to tackle the 2C books. You'll see that there are many more 2B and 2C books than there are weeks of teaching in Level 2. That's because children who are just beginning the Level 3 teaching weeks will still be reading Level 2B or 2C books, depending on their confidence and fluency. Children who are just beginning the Level 3 teaching weeks will need to learn the first set of GPCs and the first set of tricky words before they can access the Level 3A books. That will happen at the end of week 4. They'll then read those 3A books until they get to the end of week 9, when they can access the 3B books. And again, at the end of week 12, they'll be ready to move up again to the Level 3C books. Again, there are more books than there are teaching weeks, so that you can continue to use the 3C books as the first weeks of Level 4 are taught. This pattern continues throughout Levels 4, 5 and 6. You can see on the right here the weeks of teaching you'll need to cover in order to access the books in that sub-level. You'll find there are more books than there are teaching weeks in Levels 4A, 4B and 4C in order to take you through the first chunk of teaching in Level 5 up to week 10. In the same way, at the end of Level 5, the 5C books will see you into the first chunk of teaching in Level 6. You can see all this information in our handy free Rhino Readers Guide. Download it from the Rhino Readers page at twinkl.co.uk/reading scheme. We're sometimes asked why there isn't a book for each week of teaching in Twinkl Phonics. The answer is that the Rhino Readers aim to build up confidence and independence with reading, as well as ensuring children are able to work on their key reading skills, such as comprehension and inference. Running your reading a little behind your phonics teaching helps children build their independence and makes them feel that fluency is something they can achieve. It also means that children at the same level can share books between them until they're ready to move up, making the Rhino Reader scheme good value for money. We're also asked then, how do we give children texts which focus on the learning specific for that week? The mini books on our website can be used to do this because, of course, it's really important that children practice the key phonics they're taught each week. There's a mini book for each week of teaching, and you can download them from the website really easily. Just type in www.twinkl.co.uk/phonics to get to the main phonics page in Twinkl. Scroll down until you see Supporting Resources. Select Reading Books and the level of your choice. You'll be able to see the mini books to select. If you have existing decodable books in your setting, it's good to know that there is a way to match them to the Rhino Readers progression of teaching. The Match Your Books to Ours resource shows you how some of the other leading publishers' decodable books match up to the Rhino Readers. Here's how you find this resource. From the Reading Scheme page, access the e-book library. Choose any level of book, and you'll find this resource in the Classroom and Display section of our website. If you have any more questions about how to use the scheme, or anything Twinkl can help you with, please do get in touch. You can contact us through the website, by phone on the number on screen, or why not join our Rhino Readers group on Facebook and get in touch with us that way. Thanks for watching and happy reading.